Yes or no? Has this ever happened to you before? You speak with a prospect, you want to talk to them further, you want to set up an appointment, but you keep going back and forth via email. They're not available on Thursday. You are not available on Friday. You try to switch some things around. The next thing you know, this is going on for a whole day and a half. You finally select a time, but then a day later, the prospect tells you, hey, I have to switch that because of a meeting. And you start the whole process over again. This calendar dancing thing doesn't work out too well. And sometimes we lose deals because we're not as organized. In today's episode, I'm going to tell you what I use and why. This episode is brought to you in part by TSE Certified Sales Training Program. It's a program designed to help sales rep and sales team to improve their skills. Teaches you how to find the right customers, what activities, what strategies work, how you go about asking the right questions to build strong value, and what you need to do to close more deals. If you want to test it out for yourself, go to thesalesevangelist.com/free course to get the first 2 modules absolutely free. Again, thesalesevangelist.com/free course. This episode is also brought to you in part by Audible. Knowing that you're a savvy salesperson, you're here, you want to learn, you want to grow. Check out Audible. They have thousands of titles that you can choose from. Take advantage of the 30-day free trial as well as a free book. Simply go to audibletrial.com/TSE. Again, audibletrial.com/TSE. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode today, I'm going to talk to you about a tool that I absolutely love, been using it for years now, and I highly recommend it. It's called Calendly. And I know many of you are familiar with it now, but I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why I love it, especially when it comes towards selling. But just like any sales rep, you know the dance, the calendar dance, where you're going back and forth with prospects, or maybe somebody internal, or maybe a partner, or somebody that you're trying to get a meeting with, and their calendar just seems to never line up with your calendar. How do we go about making sure this happens quickly and easily? Well, Calendly is that scheduling tool that's going to help you make that possible. But I'm going to point out 3 reasons why I love it and why I feel that it's great for sales reps. Now, I want to preface something. There's a difference between being helpful and then also being lazy. So let me explain. Sometimes when we deal with prospects, people who have never had intentions of calling us at all, we reach out to them cold. The last thing that you want to do is to give them homework or introduce a possibility of them getting busy and not doing the task of scheduling a time with you. And it's like me passing something off to you. And I don't like that. If it's someone that I've had not a brand new prospect, you and I have had multiple conversations and we're going to schedule a time and I feel confident that you're going to be able to do so and vice versa, that you really want to move forward, I'll send you the link and then that could work better. And you can schedule a time. But what I would recommend that you do, and it's the first thing that I love about Calendly now, it's a new feature, is that you can have ad hoc meetings embedded. So I have it integrated to my Gmail. And last week I spoke about Gmail, why I like using it. But with the integration to Gmail with your Calendly account, you can just click on the little calendar icon at the bottom next to the send button. And then it'll pop open a panel on the right side and you can just click on times. Maybe it's Monday at 2 p.m., Wednesday at 5, or Thursday morning, then at 11. You can put these times into the calendar, into your email, or you select those times, they copy, and then you just paste them into your email. Your prospect now doesn't have to leave the email to click on the link to go somewhere else. We don't want them to think that this is more work or more task or it's going to take them somewhere else. They can be right in that email that I send them. They can see the times that I clearly have available, and they can click on one of those times. I'm going to give them options that's going to more than likely work, and then that will automatically get put on their calendar and my calendar. Less work for them, easy integration for me, and the cool thing too, it's just slick and very nice. So that's the first thing I love about Calendly. The feature is called ad hoc meetings. Now, one of the second things I love about Calendly, especially for sales, is the fact that I can create different events or different calendar events for different type of people. So let's say for me as a sales trainer and a coach and someone who runs an organization, I still prospect as well. So I have coaching times. So those coaching times could be designated. So let's say it's going to be Wednesday afternoon and Thursday afternoon for a couple hours. My coaching clients could pick any one of those times, but that's all they're going to see or have access to based on the calendar link that they have. So coaching clients can pick one of those. They can't come and say, I want to do Monday morning, because that doesn't work. For me, Mondays are my podcast recording days. So all throughout the day, Monday, any one of my guests, if they're coming on our show, they're going to record, guess what? On Monday. They can pick any Monday, anytime on Monday. We have many different options, but it's only Monday that they will see. Now, if you're a sales rep and you're trying to make sure you plan your days effectively, you don't want to just have, everything just wide open. Let's say you designate some times in the morning and in the afternoon for appointments with your prospect. What are some of the downtimes? Maybe it's going to be, I don't know, like around that 11 o'clock hour to noon. Maybe that's a tough time to get a hold of people. Or maybe that 3 o'clock corridor, that 2 to 4 p.m. is kind of tough to get a hold of people when you're reaching out. So let's open up our calendars to some of those slots and maybe a couple morning times. And I'm going to do that maybe on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tuesdays, maybe I have some admin meetings or I have to leave the office to go prospect or whatever it is. But maybe I give them those times available in my calendar event specifically for initial appointments. You can call it whatever, meeting with Donald or meeting with sales reps or just meetings. The client or prospect, I should say, can then click on one of those times and that's all they're going to see. And then now you don't have to worry about your sacred time. Let's say you prospect in the morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Don't schedule any meetings during that time. That's your prospecting sacred time. That's when you're utilizing LinkedIn, and that's when you're reaching out to your follow-up appointments, and that's when you're doing some of your phone calls. That's when you're doing some of those other prospecting money-generating activity. Not that appointments aren't money-generating activity, but now you don't have to worry about dibbling and messing up the pot all over the place. That is scheduled for later on in the day. Right now, it's time for me to prospect. And if I do meet a prospect and they can't talk right then, but they want to schedule a time, hey, I just pull up my calendar. I look at the times that I have available with my, the time for appointments, and I can give them one of those slots. And there we go. Easy as pie. Obviously, if they're going to talk right then and there, shoot, that's money. Let's go ahead and talk right now, baby. Let's get some of that money going. You can do the same thing for internal meetings. Perhaps you are a sales leader and you have to do coaching with your sales reps and you don't want to do coaching during the prime time. Maybe you're going to do it on Thursday late afternoon or late evening. Let me see, not in the evening. Y'all trying to get home. But let's say end of the day, the last hour of the day throughout the week. On Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to do some coaching time during that slot. Go ahead and plug that in. Or maybe it's going to be right after lunch on Wednesday and Thursday. Go ahead and plug those times in. So your sales reps, they can go ahead and pick the time that's available and you can coach them on one of those slots. Or perhaps you just have it set that you're going to do after lunch on those days and you just have the reoccurring event. And you don't necessarily need Calendly for that. But if you are giving your team a time to come in and talk to you, open door policy, they can click one of those times and come in during one of those slots, kind of like office hours and talk. I mean, there's so many cool things you can do with these events. You can also have landing pages that pop up after they sign up, or you can have it integrated to your Zoom. So if it's a prospect and they're going to meet with you and you want to see them, you can have it integrate directly to Zoom. So when they sign up, they're going to get a Zoom link. It's going to go into their calendar, in the Calendly invite that they receive. It's going to get on their calendar and you don't have to worry about scheduling a meeting. I'm telling you, you set it and you forget it. So cool, man. And if you're a consultant like me, you probably have clients that need to pay for a coaching session or one-off coaching sessions. You can go ahead and do that, set it up on your website, and then they schedule during an event. And then for it to progress forward or for it to finalize, they have to make the payment and the payment link will pop up. So that's another cool feature that you can have as well. Now, one of the newer features that I've noticed recently with Calendly is the team option. This is pretty neat. You go to a website, you select an option you did some research and you think the software is pretty cool and you want to get a meeting with their sales teams. You don't necessarily have to call in and to do all of that stuff. Now you just go to their website, they have a team page. Well, you don't know it's a team page. You just see schedule an appointment. You schedule an appointment, but on a back end, it's connected to Calendly and to their Salesforce or their CRM. So then now they have this round robin approach. So during that calendar event or that calendar type for intro meeting, whoever is available, because the whole team's calendar, all 5 sales reps are connected to it, whoever is available during the time that you select is going to get it. It's set up with a round robin approach, so no one can really cheat the system, but it's going to go to that rep that's the most available during that time. Pretty neat, huh? Think about the time and the headache that saved you as the manager or as the sales leader. You have tons of opportunity to do more things like coach the team. You can also set up different events. So let's say that there's a technical meeting that has to happen. Your team need to meet with the project manager to go over something with a prospect. Project manager has their time available. You have your time available. And then it all connects. So then now you can share that link with your client and they could have a conversation with you and the project manager. Overall, this tool is just really fascinating, man, and very simple to use, and they're blowing the competition out the water. If you're not using Calendly, I highly recommend you take the opportunity to go and investigate and learn about them. Powerful tool. Highly, highly recommend it. Again, the 3 reasons why I love Calendly, we'll have this back in the show notes, but 1, I absolutely love the ad hoc meeting. Make it very simple when I'm prospecting so I can connect with prospects and give them times right then and there. 2, I absolutely love setting up different types of events. Makes my life so much easier. And 3, love the team approach and a round robin. As a leader, it makes it very simple for me to make sure leads are getting distributed to the team members, and it's simple and effective. Now, Calendly doesn't sponsor this podcast. I'm not getting any kickback from doing this. It's just a tool that I really love. And since we're talking about tools this month, I'm going to give you some that I like. Go back and find all the information in the show notes. Also, while you're there, make sure to check out Audible. There's an awesome free trial that you can get, any book that you want, and also a 30-day trial. There's a book by Kevin Cruz, since we're talking about time management here. It's called 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management. Amazing book, simple concepts, and you can listen to it, digest it, and start applying the stuff right away. It's going to help you tremendously, especially when you start using Calendly. Also, check out TSE Certified Sales Training Program. We want to help you to increase your sales, man. And the way that we're going to do that is help you to find the right prospects, give you some ideas and coaching and training on how you can get more people to want to schedule appointments with you. Also, when you have these appointments, how you make sure you ask the right questions and overcome the challenges that they're facing to build value. And then finally, closing the deal. We'll teach you and guide you through that. There are 3 main sections. The first 2 modules are absolutely free. There are 12 modules altogether, and I would love for you to check it out. Find all the details in the show notes. thesalesevangelist.com/the-word episode number 1147. Again, thesalesevangelist.com/the-word episode number 1147. Or go to thesalesevangelist.com/free course to get the first 2 modules absolutely free. Now, I share this with you because I want to help. I want you to find more ideal customers. I want you to build stronger value. I want you to close more deals. But most importantly, I want you to go out each and every single day and do big things. Hey, thank you so much for listening to the episode today. I truly appreciate you. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit subscribe. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to find podcasts. I'd truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Our show today was produced by myself and the Sales Podcast Network. It was edited and mixed together by the one and only Jershon O'Bale. Our content writer and show note creator is Mrs. Shannon Rasmussen. You can find audio credits to this and all of our episodes in the show notes. And as always, I am your host, your coach, your mentor, your guide down the sales journey, Mr. Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. Sales Podcast Network.